Cape of Toughness, the regular edition, not the gold edition.
Not the gold?
Nope, I got that one. Oh, there's Aaron again.
Here we go. Are you trying to sort the...
I'm taking out the energies, the items, the trainer cards and shit like that. Just getting all that done, and then after that, we can sort the Pokemons, make decks out of them. Ventump, Bronzer. After a while, I was just like, you know what, I'm going to start taking the energy cards out immediately. And I did.
Yeah.
I started taking them out immediately. So,
well, that'll definitely help, but Jesus, we've got so many to go through.
I know. I'm not even through. I'm not even halfway through the first lane on this thing. It's too much, dude. I can't take it, man. I just can't take it.
Can't take it.
Heracross, Apom, Woobat, Ducklet, Swirlix, Alolan Grimer. Oh.
Hey, what's going on?
Uh-oh.
Ugh.
So Chad's...
Money more.
Yeah, Chad's streaming on his channel. So, good lord. There's too much stuff going on here.
Yeah, I didn't put any videos out today in anticipation of this, so I was just like, fuck, man, I gotta stream.
There we go. Hyper Potion, Energy, Cursed Shovel. As if this shovel's just gonna, like, gain sentience and kill you.
Might.
I wouldn't put it past it. Scyther. Volibee, Dreeply, Magmar, Yonmask.
So what kind of decks should we build, though? That's the real question.
Well, I mean, we can build, like, nature or, like, leaf decks.
Yeah, it's best in Pokemon not to mix colors.
No.
Because there aren't, like, shit to make up for that, really, that I know of.
Not really, no.
At least there wasn't back when I played it, because...
We'll build, like, baseline, like, set to one energy type deck. Rare Candy.
Rare Candy?
Sandygast, Caterpie, Skarmory, Morlul, Chinchou, Leaf Energy, Spikemuth, Birdkeeper, Steenie, Clink. I found Clank's evolution.
More Clanks.
Torchic.
Can we get more Clanks?
Torchic, which evolves into Combuskin.
Can we get more Clanks?
Skarmory. Wait, okay. Oh yeah, Klinklang, which evolves from Clang. Wailord. Holy crap. It's a big fat whale boy.
Oh yeah.
Silicobra.
The guy's a freaking absolute giant, dude.
He is. Too big.
Like in Sword and Shield the other day, I was riding around on my bicycle that just floats on the water. And I could see one in the distance, and it took up like a huge amount of the skyline. I was just like, good God, that thing is fucking enormous.
Like Moby Dick in the house.
Yeah. Fortrill.
Scyther, Scizor, Aurora Energy. Dubwool, Quillfish, Roselia.
There we go.
Poniard. Okay.
Ooh, trainer.
Yeah.
Some of them are like the same color as like colorless Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it's really fucking with me over here.
It's off. It's, you know, off-putting. It's like, wait, I thought that was a... Oh, no, that's a trainer. Damn it. Steel Energy. Suspicious Food Tin. Again, Piers. Beatty. So there's two trainers in a row. Kakuna. Purloin. Full Heal. Galarian Lanoon. Vulpix. Fighting Energy. Take that. Brione. Oh, God. Poliwhirl. Steenie. Rubbin. Fearow. Makuhita. Shelter. Togedemaru. More energy. Beauty, which I've got the full art and the secret rare of.
Ooh.
Happy about that. Nuzleaf.
A lot to be happy about.
Nuzleaf and his big fat nuts.
Nutleaf.
Pretty much. I was going to say, is that the kind of weed you smoke? Nutleaf? Metagross. Big beefy boy. Crushing Hammer. Kingler with the big old claw. Hyper Potion. Nickit. Baltoy. Chincho. Krabby. Uh-oh.
What?
There's a lot of cards. You ain't kidding. I mean, this is... Okay. I haven't zoomed the camera out fully.
No.
Like, if you want me to zoom the camera out fully, Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Damn, Colin Walls has coronavirus.
Damn, Colin.
Best of luck with that one, homie.
Hopefully you got a not very volatile strain of it.
Right?
Because we know people who had a strain of it that's been like not very bad on them.
Yeah.
Like people who were like very, very bad, like compromised health-wise. And they pulled through it.
Yeah, I know some people that are really, really jacked up health-wise and they had no issue with it.
And then we know people who were actually in pretty good health and then bit the dust. I mean,
had a hard time, yeah.
Very, very bad time if you get the very volatile strain. This is too much of it. Beldome, Milcery, Wooper. Up, and I'm onto a
Shit.
XY Evolutions deck.
Ooh. XY Evolutions.
Yeah. So,
are you already sorting them by set?
No.
Okay.
I'm
I'm just going through the energies, the Pokemon, and the trainers. I'm not even sorting them by color.
No, me neither. I'm just taking out the energies, the trainers, the items.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just getting them stacked up right now. Like, here's the special energies. And
I just saw this whole breakdown. I was like, oh, shit.
No, not yet. I was at first, and then I'm like, you know what? I can wait for this.
Yeah, it's easier to sift through the widest range first, and then
I figured we could do one slot at a time, like one of these, and then after that, move on. Okay. Alright, now let me look at my trainers and my items. Supporter.
Pretty light on the
item.
On the energies, actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I think oh no, you're in the second box. I actually took out a lot of the...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I took out a lot of those.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I'm wondering if we're going to actually be able to build decks like that.
Yeah. Plus, I got plenty over here.
Yeah.
So that's alright. Supporters. Items. Supporter. Stadium. Item. Bunch of item deck.
Influenza Type B? I don't even know what that is.
Me neither. That's...
Who's writing in kanji in the comments? Logan?
Damn it, Logan. Bakayaro. Urusai! I'm sorry, I'm only into English dub, homie. That's a joke, by the way.
Not for me.
I'm into subs pretty heavy.
I like dubs. And then it like sucks when there's shit that you want to watch, but it's not dubbed, and you gotta fucking either wait for 2 years or deal with the subs.
Yeah. That's why a lot of people are happy that simulcasts are a thing, and you only have to, some, like, the longest most people have to wait for most stuff is like a few weeks.
Yeah.
A lot of people like that.
Wasn't always that way.
Nope.
Boy, oh boy. The cards.
Too many cards.
And then we gotta break them up by the little symbols in the corner.
Yep. It's gonna be a task, but I think if we do these like one row at a time, and then we just go from there, see what happens.
We'll be fine. It's just, it's a lot.
Yeah, it is. Rillaboom. I should tear you up just for...
No.
I'm joking, dude. I'm joking. Come on.
Don't tear him up.
Everyone's just like, tear him up, tear him up.
Do not tear him up.
I won't. Oh yeah, Repel.
He's a good boy.
Max Repel, like 250 steps in the original game. It's one of the best items ever, so you didn't keep running into random Pokemon.
It saved so much time.
Yeah. I just remember Achievement Hunter one time. There's a guy on the Achievement Hunter staff named Jeff, who's like the oldest member.
Yeah.
He's in his 40s right now. And they were like constantly pestering him with Pokemon stuff, and it's just like so Jeff, you gonna trade me for that Hollow Blastoise? And Jeff's just like, are you saying Blastoise or Blastoise? Blastoise, bro. And then Jeff's just like I wanna blast this conversation away. I mean that's where I'm at right now.
Salty.
And then Ray's just like, he's probably a Venusaur kind of guy.
Probably salty guy.
Well, Jeff's just an old man. He doesn't understand Pokemon. You know, always yelling at them kids for them dang Pokemon cards.
Them damn Pokemon cards.
I actually tried to use that as an excuse for me to bring my Pokemon cards to school because, like, she was very, like, Miss Robinson was very specific. She was like, you are not allowed to bring those Pokemon cards in here. And I'm like, you said Pokemon cards. These are Pokemon cards. And she's like, you know what I meant. And I'm like, apparently not. I mean...
Yeah, but do you know what you meant?
That's the thing.
Start your own game called Pokemon.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like,
exactly.
unban my cards, bitch.
It's like... Well, and then eventually they just straight up banned cards.
Yeah.
Period. It was just like you weren't allowed to bring any kind of cards.
Cards of any kind.
Yeah. You weren't allowed to bring playing cards. You weren't allowed to bring anything. It was bullshit. Not fucking baseball cards, football cards, basketball cards.
Yeah, it's weird.
Porn cards, which was...
Existed.
Yes, they did.
Still exist.
Yes, they do. I remember I gave some to one kid and he got in trouble for him. He didn't rat me out. I'm thankful for that.
I got ratted out for some shit for sure.
Oh.
Mr. Blackburn.
Really?
Yep. AJ Collins ratted me out to Mr. Blackburn.
What a dick. What a dick. Man.
I know. I was hooking him up too.
Yeah. That's a bad move, dude.
Google images were hard to come by back then.
I remember I burned a CD one time for a kid. And it was uncensored, and his mom found it and listened to it, and I didn't get ratted out, but he told me like my mom's suspicious and she won't let you come over to hang out anymore. And I'm like, even though he didn't give me up, it's like I still wasn't allowed to hang out with my friend. I was like,
shitty.
Yeah.
Very shitty.
God. And Furret, Yellhorn.
Oh.
I'd say I'm about halfway done on mine.
Garbage Pail Kids cards.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, yeah, those were traded. I saw a few of those at the school.
Chad, whatever you do, don't watch an anime called Redo of a Healer.
I've only watched the first half of the first episode.
Is it horrendous?
It is... It's basically hentai.
Okay. I mean, what's the big deal about that?
It's also... quick. Chad, can you mute real quick?
Yeah. Give me just a second. Alright, noted.
Yes. So, not gonna happen.
Yeah. Let's see.
Words I'm not allowed to say here on YouTube because if I did, I'd get banned. Or I would get hardline just like fucked by the system.
Yeah. But if it was lyrics to a song, it'd be no big deal.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's perfectly fine if it's lyrics to a song. Ain't that a bitch?
I love how a lot of the people who are like super, you know, oh, don't do this, and I'm on the side of this, and I'm sitting here judging everybody for their morals and everything, and then they listen to like metal about decapitations and all the worst fucking things you could possibly do to somebody, and wearing people's skin and shit. I'm like, dude, wear people's skin. You're a fucking vegan. What are you talking about?
No, this is art, bro. This is art. It's pretty much the same.
Okay.
It's pretty much the same argument that friggin' Stanley from The Office had when he was asked about hentai.
Really?
Yeah, he was just like, Stanley, we found this on your hard drive. Can you explain? He's just like, it's hentai and it's art.
Is that true?
Yes.
That's so funny.
It's honestly one of my favorite moments of that show.
Oh.
Yes. Epic Charmeleon card.
Epic.
Yes.
I've found a couple of those through y'all.
It's my first one.
Dude.
Hand growth. Jesus.
Such good shit.
Thank you, Vince McMahon. Jesus Christ. But it's such good shit.
But it's such good shit.
I will never ever forgive him for, using making John Moxley use like Roman Reigns' cancer diagnosis.
Oh, dude.
That's just evil.
Yeah, that's hammered,
fucking
dude.
Evil.
It's very hammered.
It's like you're literally making me talk shit about my friend who I came up with about his cancer diagnosis, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's just like I can understand if Roman was in on it or something like that, and Roman was on the recovery or the men, but this is right after he had to leave.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's not in very good taste. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, just like how the Paige and Reed Flair thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
Management told her to say that.
Yeah.
Without Charlotte or Rick knowing about it. It's like your little brother wasn't strong enough.
Yeah.
At that point, I'd punch whichever writer wrote that.
That's just trash, dude.
Yeah. Trash TV. Did you see Vince Russo chiming in one time about if it was this angle here, I would have had it with friggin' Becky Lynch instead of this one ugly chick. And then Becky Lynch is just like, what makes you think I haven't done that, Vince? Go back to the fucking cupboard.
Did she really?
Yes, she shut him the fuck down. Like, this is after she left with her because of pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
Which, now there's talk about her coming back, and I'm just like, okay.
Well, good.
They're gonna resurrect the man?
I hope not.
Me too. I hope they do something different.
There's only one of those.
Who's that?
Flair.
That's true.
He's the man. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, he is. I mean,
that's what he went by. Like, yes, it's simple. Yes, it's an everyday word that people say. It's not like something you could really trademark. But if anybody could trademark it, it would be him. He's the one who put that as his moniker,
Be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just basis with him.
Yeah, absolutely. The mom. Quacker on point there.
That's good, Quacker. I like that. I like that a lot.
She is the mom.
Well, she's the mom to Seth Rollins' baby, and her and Seth could do like a power couple thing.
Yeah. Did Mrs. Woman quit wrestling?
I think she did to become a full-time mom because I think she enjoys being a mom. You see, I hear all these people say, "Oh, women should not be forced to do this or do that," but what if it's their choice? What if it's
they
their choice
still
to be a
receive
mom?
ridicule sometimes for
I know.
that kind of shit.
I don't understand why though. Isn't that what the women's rights movement was all about?
I mean, I
Allowing
think
women to
it's
have
really
choice.
for people to have choices, whether it's a man or a woman.
Yeah,
Really, everybody
that's
should
my
be able to
thing.
do what they want as long as they're not hurting anybody else.
Yeah. Well, it's the same argument that can be made for the legalization of cannabis. And you and I are both on the same side.
Oh
of that.
no! Have you? This is so funny. Have you heard the new conservative argument against legalized cannabis?
Do I even want to now?
I can't even say it without breaking up laughing.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
They're worried about the carbon footprint from indoor marijuana farming.
They're worried about the carbon footprint. They are worried about the carbon footprint. Wow.
Conservative groups are coming out bashing the medical marijuana industry for contributing to the carbon footprint and global warming.
That
Oh,
is so stupid.
the shit that they've been bashing for
that
years.
is one of the dumbest arguments they could make.
Well, I mean, it's
There's
actually.
no argument to be made.
Well, the
man.
thing is, it is causing a lot of carbon emissions.
Oh God.
That's the thing. It is like it is an actual legitimate thing, but it's
Yeah.
like in comparison to a lot of other things,
In
it's
comparison
nowhere
to the
near
things that these idiots have downright just
denied.
denied and said, oh, there's no effect, no carbon footprint effect that these have. But they're saying like everything has a carbon footprint, dude. Everything.
Yes, us.
Yeah,
When
we
we
use-
fart, our farts all year long add up.
Yeah. And guess what else adds up? Hairspray.
Hairspray. I mean,
Like anything.
all kinds of stuff.
That's one thing they say is like punched a big hole in the ozone layers. Like the hairspray.
Yeah,
that
aerosol cans
aerosol
from the
cans from the 80s.
80s. Yeah.
And all throughout the 90s as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 20 years worth of that shit being shot into the atmosphere. Of course, there's a big freaking hole in the atmosphere.
And what they used to use, the R22 stuff that they used to use in
Yeah, air conditioning
HVAC,
units. Yeah. Gosh.
were some of the like worst.
I'm glad they don't use that anymore.
No, you can get huge fines for that shit now. Big fines.
And it's just to let it shoot out and like after it was like to let it run off.
A lot of people still do.
My God.
I'm not kidding. A lot of people still do.
We know these things. We know them.
Well,
they're commonly known scientific facts.
especially people who are qualified and work in the industry know. But
Well, yeah. I mean, you and your family. That's what they do. I mean, your dad's into that shit.
how did America evolve into this?
Basically.
Too much money in politics.
Basically, yeah. Not only that, but everyone. Yeah, I keep hearing everyone say, "Oh, this is why $15 an hour is a necessity." No, instead, you know what needs to happen? We need to make Congress be held accountable for the spending that they do in this country. That's the big thing. People don't understand that. They assume that they assume it all comes down. Do you realize that when Congress overspends, they have to print money in order to make up for
And
the
then your
loss?
money is worthless.
Exactly. That is how inflation works. But yet no one takes that into account. Everyone just assumes it's a magical system that somehow, some way, landlords are the ones that determine what prices are. No.
Well, we're on our way to seeing it, bro. We're on our way to seeing inflation for real, and everybody's going to blame Biden for it, when really the shit that really, really, really caused it, it's not going to be something that happened on his watch. But we tend to quickly forget it fast and point the finger at whoever's standing in the presidential office at the
Well,
time.
it's just like what's his name? Not Coolidge, but Hoover.
Yeah,
Everyone blamed Hoover, but it was actually Coolidge's fault that the stock market was the way that it was.
yeah.
He's the one that caused the massive spikes in debt and consolidation by the federal government, and that's what eventually led to the near collapse of the stock market.
And country.
Yeah, and the country. The country almost died too.
And because of the Dust Bowl and that and war and
It was multiple things, but yeah.
the Spanish flu and
God, dude.
all kinds of shit was going on. Just like now.
Yeah. And
Hopefully we can dodge the World War part. That would be fucking beautiful. I would really, really appreciate that.
Well, depends on who fires first, because here's the thing, we have varied interests in terms of who's at the top.
Yeah.
There's some people who value China's opinion, some people who value certain other countries' opinions. Now there's a whole thing with Iran and Jerusalem or in Israel wanting to go
Yeah.
to war. It's like, guys,
Which
calm
is
the fuck down.
nothing new.
No, I mean it's the Middle East, dude. There's always going to be complications in the Middle East, always. And it's never going to go away.
Unless we send Shorty over there.
Yeah, and then they'll all just collectively go, "Oh, look at the cute boy."
No, they'll go, oh, God, get this stinky son of a bitch out of here. By all means, do anything. We give up, whatever. We love each other. Just get him out of here.
Stop, please. Just take away the short man.
Before he farts again.
Shorty used carpet bomb. It's super effective.
He uses it better than Obama.
That's saying something. God.
Who wants the Pokemon
Fuck
cards?
politics in general.
Yeah,
It's
for
so
real.
depressing. Indeed.
Not
All it
only
does
is
is
it
seeks to
depressing, there's nothing you can fucking do about it.
And all it does is seek to divide people. Just so that politicians can pull off more shit.
It's fun to ridicule, though.
Oh, it's hilarious. I love ridiculing it. I don't take a side either. That's the thing.
It's just like the funniest group of stuck-up fucks that claim to know everything and can't fix a goddamn thing.
Claim to care about us when in truth they'd blow our brains out if it meant they could get one more ounce of power.
It's true.
They could care less, man.
Yeah. And I could care less about them, in all honesty.
Yep.
I always thought it was weird when my dad was dabbling into politics. He was like on the town council and shit. I was like, man, this is not going to turn out well. He did it for a while.
And, yeah.
And gained a reputation for not fucking being a part of the good old boys club. And you know how that works out.
Oh, yeah. If you're not a member of the good old boys club, you might as well, not exist in this area. It's like my uncle when he left the deacon board after they refused to get rid of this one deacon who was blatantly, racist. Blatantly.
Who?
It was in St. Paul.
Oh, okay.
It was a local deacon who was blatantly, racist. Young guy, too. Wasn't an old man. But they refused to get rid of him because his family, donated a lot to the church and everything. And my uncle was just like, nope, not being a part of that. And that's when he went to that backwoods place where me and my family resided, was at for so long.
Yeah.
And the backwoods place was actually really, really good.
Wow.
That's my favorite pastor. Still preaches there, man.
So.
And he's a huge comic book fan too.
Which Pokemon would make for the best politician? If they had to run, they had to give speeches. Voltorb?
Yes. You know
How?
why? You know why?
Why?
He would only be in there a limited time, and then he'd be out.
Oh yeah, because he blows up.
Exactly. Let's see. If I'm being honest, best politician.
I think Mewtwo. That would be my guess.
Well, of course, because he could read everyone's thoughts.
And talk to them and tell everybody what they want to hear all at one time.
Yes.
And just be like, fucking...
That'd be perfect.
Yeah. Why are we here?
I could see Wailmer being a nature conservationist.
Could you imagine Wailmer with a little tie on? You see him below his teeth? He just got this little bitty tie hanging down.
Yeah, I can see that.
Wailmer.
He makes a good point. He has my vote.
Dr. Dale said Mewtwo. We've already had one monster. Why not another one? Doug Trio, comes with his own cabinet.
I actually just pulled out a Doug Trio the very moment you all said that.
Alakazam.
Alakazam. Yeah, look at me bend these spoons.
And then the private interest groups and all these billionaires could be the Pokemon trainers for the politicians.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, Brock could be for the geologists. And, and he would just be
the natural resources people.
Yeah, he'll just be like, my Onix can dig further down than any other Pokemon. He can find the natural resources. And then you have Lieutenant Surge just like, what can it add to the energy division, man? Yeah.
That would be funny as hell.
Yeah. I could see that so well.
Sabrina would be like the big liberal. The big hippie liberal chick.
Yeah, I could see that. She'd just be standing on top of the building in Saffron City, just being like, Peace, love, and peace, love, peace, and chicken grease, man.
Jesus. Dude, there's so much shit you could do with Pokemon.
There is a lot can be done with Pokemon.
Because there's so many fucking characters, dude.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and that's the beautiful thing. I mean, it's just a litany of just awesome...
Professor Oak's super PAC.
Oh, no.
Gathering all the scientists.
You know who should run for president? Dustin,
Oh, yeah, Erica is a hippie. That's true.
friggin' Dustin Pointer? Or Pointer? Or Pointer? I don't know who the hell that is.
A horse loose in a hospital? Jesus Christ.
Well, I was about... Nah. I was gonna say something, but it wouldn't have been funny.
That's me like every second of my life.
Yeah, my brain's just constantly trying to think of jokes, and then it's just like, nah, that wouldn't work as good.
You think this is all games? We're just joking and smoking?
Well, you're right.
Giovanni is just the mob.
Yes.
I got you.
And he's got the name, Giovanni.
Yeah,
It's
he does.
literally like an Italian name.
Well, that's what they were doing, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. God. Giraffere, Grilber, Whalmer, Cottony, Clobbopus, Electrike.
I just Googled which is the angriest Pokemon. I got Primeape, so that's my vote. Why? Make Primeape hate again. Primeape! Primeape! That little pig-nosed monkey thing. It's fucking crazy, dude. They just took a fuzzy monkey ball thing and put a pig nose on it. Ridiculous, man.
Yes,
I mean, I like Primeape and everything.
I
It was
do
just
too.
one of those weird ones. Oh, into the XY evolution cards.
That's what I've got here. I've got several of these. Beedrill.
The shit thing about that set is if you tried to collect it all, you would have to get every single fucking card reverse hollow.
Yep. God.
Forget that.
You'd open too many packs for
Who
that.
has a binder for that? Not only that, who has a
No.
wallet for that?
I that's my question. I don't have a wallet for that. I bet you Wildcat wouldn't even have a wallet for that. And he's like just got this new house. It's like a fucking museum. A museum.
He built a Pokemon museum?
Nah, but it's big enough to be a museum.
He probably could with all the shit he's pulled here recently.
Yeah, except for that Rainbow Chonkachu, which
Oh, yeah.
he still ain't pulled. Which Wildcat, if you ever see this,
Do you
just
have that there?
Not here, no.
Oh,
It's
you didn't bring
upstairs.
down the sexy ones?
Nah. I was saving that for a special occasion.
Sorry, ladies and gents.
Well, I am gonna. Well, there are some ones that are worth like $5-10 that I am gonna be giving away.
Ooh.
So y'all can stay tuned for that. But right now, I'm just just sorting.
I
Shit.
almost brought one of my binders down here today, just be like,
I wouldn't mind. Take whatever you think you like.
Well, my plan was to wait until we get things sorted down so that I can make sure, like, if I could get a card from each set, you know, that we have doubles of.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm not about to just, like, try and collect all of the cards from each set. But, Jesus Christ, there's some really nice shit. I never thought, you know, the newer cards looked that great. And, you know, going back, there's a time period in, like, 2006, 8, 10, where the cards are still expensive, but I do not think that they look very good.
It's just like that shiny Charizard that you showed me that looked absolutely
Oh my
ass.
god, the Neo Destiny shiny Charizard is fucking horrendous, dude. In my
Ass.
opinion, it's like just one of the shittiest looking cards.
But yet it's worth like
It's like $1,000.
yeah. So just one of those things.
Yeah, it is.
Beldum, Blitzel, Milcery, Electrode.
President Clinton, I did not have relations with that Lopunny.
I have no words. I have no
Quacker,
words.
no.
No.
Just
Yeah,
said
that's
no.
my thing. No.
I wouldn't put it past Bill Clinton though. He'd stick his dick in anything short of a pencil sharpener.
Oh God. Yeah. Timothy Anderson. What do you think of YouTube making new YouTubers pay taxes to YouTube? That's only if you're international.
What?
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's a stupid thing. I don't know why. I don't know why it's happening.
Control, probably? I don't know.
Maybe there's...
The government may be fucking holding them to the fire over some shit, too. You gotta remember that.
Well, they've already held them to the fire over multiple things. Like, for instance, international copyright law and all that. Because, you know, YouTube's not really allowed to do anything about that, which is nonsense. But... You'd hope that things would only get better, but in truth, it only seems certain things are only getting worse.
Yeah, well, what a lot of people don't get is the government may be wanting to stop their scheme, but not to keep you protected. They want to know how they're doing it so they can control it and do it. That's the problem. They don't get pissed off about shitty tactics. It's just when it's not them they get pissed off.
The same excuse they had for cannabis, because they weren't able to monetize cannabis in the beginning because of how easy it was to cultivate. But after X amount of years of a failed drug war,
and ruining hundreds of thousands of lives.
Yes.
Maybe even millions.
Yeah, and now maybe it's time, you know, hey. And also, you know what? Giving the cartels all the power, because that's where 70% of the income for the cartels come from. You know, a lot of people talk about, you know, cocaine, heroin, you know, all the big bads, but weed, dude. Most people out there just want to smoke some weed. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, definitely
they're not hurting anybody. It's like, what are they doing? They're ingesting a leaf that grows from the ground. Isn't that what tobacco is?
Snorlax would be in charge of the FDA. I could see that.
Oh God.
Or the Postal Service.
Oh yeah, because
you try to call the Postal Service.
Yeah.
Or the VA at some points.
Oh my God.
Trying to get a hold of them. And then they go on talking about the don't harm yourself shit for like 30 minutes before you talk to anybody. It's like, God damn.
It's like, I just want to talk to somebody. I just want to set up an appointment.
Yeah, please.
Like, and instead it's just like, don't worry.
My butt's been itching too much. I gotta get a doctor's appointment.
Do you have feelings of wanting to hurt yourself? No! My butt itches. That's it.
Yeah. Only by sticking one of them Barilla brushes up my butt. Crack sweat.
Oh God.
Help me, I'm dripping like a faucet. Dude, there was honestly a guy who came into the clinic one time who had swamp ass so much he thought he was shitting blood, but he was so raw it was like bleeding.
Ooh, no.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens, man. When they march those guys, they make them go on like shit and they're not ready. They don't put on any Gold Bond or anything. They get fucked up. People get fucked up during military exercises, and it ain't got nothing to do with combat.
No.
It's just the elements.
Ugh.
And people aren't used to being out like that and carrying around fucking 100 plus pounds on their backpack.
Yeah, and marching 20 miles.
Yeah, plus.
Like yeah.
Machamp, the police, two nightsticks, 2 guns. God, yeah, that'd be a terrible cop. Fucking Machamp. You're under arrest. All right. Or he just goes, Machamp. Fuck, I think we're under arrest. Just submit.
Yeah, submit. Arms up, hands up. And then
Machamp.
Yeah, you know who would make a good like CIA
FDA?
operative? You know who would make a good CIA operative?
Who?
Darkrai.
Yes.
Darkrai would make the best CIA
Yeah,
operative.
he would. He'd make you have an LSD trip with no drugs.
Yeah. You'd wake up from it and he would just be like...
Or you don't.
Yeah.
Or you just do not wake up. That's the crazy thing about him.
And you're just like, Darkrai. And he's like, Darkrai. And you're like, I'll tell you anything you want to know. Please just don't do that again.
Oh my God. You know who would be the receptionist at every doctor's office and every lawyer's office?
Who?
Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff.
Then a customer walks in or somebody. Jigglypuff. They actually have to do their jobs.
Yeah. God. Pikachu, Machop.
That would really suck, though. Every time you talk, everybody falls fucking asleep.
That would suck. I mean, think about it. You're wanting to try and, talk to someone, legit have a conversation. And it's like...
Austin. Hello.
Which Austin?
Reed.
Oh, Austin Reed, okay.
Yeah.
He's on mine, too. These conversations are getting out of hand. You ain't kidding. Nate, are you excited for Alpha Betas? No, I'm not excited for Alpha Betas.
Oh my god.
I have no idea what you are talking about. I mean, not at all. I mean, I'm not excited for Alpha Betas at all. It's not like I'm a fan or anything. I just have these things for the memes.
Speaking of our friends doing cool shit and blowing up like the crew doing Alpha Betas. Well, my friend Nick Harrison has fucking exploded on TikTok, bro.
Oh, really?
He's like 399,000 subscribers now. Loudwire Music fucking shared his shit.
Damn.
Fucking, it's on the front page of Tumblr and Reddit and all this shit today. Because he made an ABC song teaching kids ABCs with like corn style.
Really?
Yeah, and Jonathan Davis is a fan of it and all this shit. So he's just like, yeah, man. One of my
I remember Nick as well. I remember Nick Harrison. Yeah.
Yeah, the professor Nick Harrison.
Yeah.
My dude with the beard, he's got the gray in his beard too, bald
Yeah.
guy. But yeah, he's such a great like promo guy. Like he can cut really great promos. He's an announcer for an NCAA sports team for their streams and stuff. So it's not like he's some unknown guy, but he really blew up in the past couple weeks.
Again, it's all about being ready to take advantage of the moment. When the moment comes, take advantage of it and make as big of a wave as you can.
Well, he did.
Much of an impact.
He's been through some rough spots in his life too, and
yeah,
it's really cool to see him like be on the up and up. Because a lot of people around me have done shit that like they're passionate about and they've put a whole bunch into and taken mega risks, yourself included,
yeah.
and have come out on the back end really successful. And I really like to celebrate that shit, man. And it really bothers me when I see the haters come after my friends, dude, because they have no idea what was before that.
No, they don't.
They just see them finally getting some recognition and think it fell into their lap, but it's not how it works.
I had to set a family member straight on that shit, dude.
Really?
Oh, yeah. She was, like, going on and on about how, I just got lucky, I just knew the right people, I just did this and I just did that. And I'm just like, okay, all right. How did I know the right people? Explain that. No, because apparently you know more about me than I do. So go ahead, explain to me how I knew the right people.
Or who they are.
Yeah,
like,
and she was just like, Nate, Nate, I just wanted to know how you over the last year. I'm like, because I've worked my ass off over the last 6.5 years.
Yeah.
6.5 years of me doing this.
I remember we would talk for hours and hours and hours about it when you first started.
Yeah. And I'm not going to sit here and say that, it's not been, I've had the worst time, I've had the hardest time. No. I've had great times, dude. I've had, like, some of the best times. I've had friends, get involved on the channel, go on to do their own thing.
You've lost friends.
That's the other thing. I've had people come onto this channel who will never talk to me again because of selfish or stupid reasons. And the number one thing
you've lost people that are, no longer with us.
Right in the beginning too, man. That was that almost made me quit, man. Honestly, cause
I can totally.
Because he was just like so integral in us making the channel. Because me and him talked about it on the way back from Atlanta when we went and watched Kevin Smith. Yeah,
I remember you telling that story.
Yeah.
When you were talking to Kevin Smith when we went to the premiere of the reboot.
Yeah, and that was the whole thing, dude. That's how it all started. Me, Sean.
And isn't it cool that you actually got to share that with Kevin, like, in honor of him?
Yeah, but I didn't get to say what I wanted to say, but because they had more people to get to.
And you guys, he was pulling the conversation every different direction as well. It wasn't just you.
He let the first person, he talked to the first person for like a solid 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Just him rattling off.
Yeah.
And me, I just wanted to like have that heartfelt moment, but then, my time elapsed and that was it.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Actually, okay, I've got my first row done. Like all the like items, trainers, and stadium cards.
This is all Pokemon.
That's all Pokemon?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my energies and trainers I've got from that first row. I'm halfway through the second one now.
Okay. Yeah, you've gone through this a bit faster than me. So
I've done it a lot.
Alright, so I'm gonna start sifting and sorting out like, the different types of Pokemons.
When the coronavirus first hit, I was going through my cards for hours at night, figuring out what I needed and all this shit, and they had just been all mixed up for years. So when I figured out that I already knew I had the base set complete, but when I figured out how close I was to having the Team Rocket set, almost all first edition, and the Gym Challenge and Gym Hero sets were like 15 cards away from being done, I was just like, holy crap, I gotta put these all together. I'm so close. Such fun shit, man. And that was when I was in the craze before it actually hit to be a big fucking thing. Yeah. Which was really weird because I was right in the middle of collecting cards, and then I would see overnight one would go from like $10 to $25 to $35 to $45.
I remember you showing me like how insane it was.
It was insane.
Like price jumps and everything. I was like, what the hell?
And people would like see the card that they just sold me go up in value, so they wouldn't even send it. They would
They just ghost you.
They'd ghost me.
Yeah, they'd ghost you and wouldn't say a word.
Yeah.
And then you see it listed on their profile again at like the bigger price. Just Jesus.
Well, Lucas, I hope you're feeling all right. I hope you don't have the virus. That would suck.
Same here, dude.
Man, every time I get some kind of sick, I'm convinced I've got it. Every fucking time.
Same, dude. Same. Like I feel like I've got it, and I'm just like, like this is it, man. This is it. It's gonna hit me now. And I think you were right. Me, like we had it earlier on.
The three of you. Well, Nick too.
Yeah,
all
Nick
four of you. I was the only one that didn't really get fucked up. I did, but I had a sinus headache that was so fucking bad I had to go to the doctor for it. But I never had a cough. If I have a cough, even if I'm coughing just a little bit, I am fucking sick, dude. Because I never, for whatever reason, I've been blessed to not have to deal with that, really.
Lucky you.
It's just always sore throat and like fucking swelling of my sinuses and shit.
Yeah, I had one sinus headache so bad, like it felt like something was trying to pierce out the back of my skull.
The ones after the Pokemon girls are weeboos. The ones after the Pokemon are the furries.
Oh.
All right.
Wow.
I just want to point out that, a lot of the Pokemon characters are rather young, so that's kind of weird.
That's extremely weird.
Yeah.
That's just like, okay, y'all remember the Pokemon cards that were banned back in the day?
Yeah, which, it's like, there's a majority of them were just like, fucking why?
But there was one I understand now as an adult.
What was it?
Misty's Recovery. Because it showed her naked.
You mean Misty's Tears?
Tears, sorry.
And no, it doesn't show her naked. No more than Sailor Moon does.
Really?
No.
Well.
There's no
I
actual.
I never saw like the actual physical card.
I've owned several of them, and there's nothing wrong with the card. It was just, and they also got rid of a Grimer because he's looking up out of a manhole, and you can see like this part of a girl's skirt. Yeah.
Like, okay, that makes, like, what's he gonna do?
And then there was the swastika on that one, which was meant, like,
it was
the
Buddhism.
Indian,
or Hinduism, sorry.
Yeah,
Hinduism.
it was not meant to be a nod to anything bad.
Again, dude, taking symbols from all over the world and ruining it for the rest of the thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Shitler.
Yeah.
Shit's fucking crazy.
It is, man.
But yeah, the Misty's Tears thing is a bit ridiculous in my opinion because there was nothing to it.
Okay, I wasn't 100% aware. I saw pictures and I'm like, oh, that could be seen as okay.
No,
but I never saw it in like real life.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Sailor Moon shit where they like turn into white shining.
I'll be honest, the Sailor Moon ones, I still feel like I'm like, oh, okay, because I was like, I was a kid when I was into that. And then I'm like, these characters are 14 years old. Who?
Let's see.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know the Sailor Moon people were that young.
Like, Jesus.
There were Sailor Moon cards, too. Did you know that?
I remember that. I remember you and me talking about that. Alpha Beta's in 2 days. Are you excited? Hell yeah. Nate, can you down a whole pizza bite to yourself? No, I cannot. Here's the thing. As big as I am, my metabolism sucks.
Oh, I can destroy a pizza by myself.
Yeah, I can't. And Chad's a lot smaller than me.
Yeah,
Chad...
dude. There's no...
Okay.
That's not, like...
No. I get
graphic or anything.
No. It's just, I guess the panic back then was just...
The panic was real. They were trying every different way that they could to keep Pokemon from being as big as it was, but
Didn't
it
work.
just, no. It
just made
work.
it even more of a thing.
Yeah.
And then kids were selling those cards, like, if they actually got, like, prints of those cards, they'd sell them for ridiculous prices.
Well, that thing still, like, floats between $20 and $30 and 40 sometimes. It always has, just because they made such a big fucking deal about it, people destroyed them. And again, to me, I'm just like, what the fuck are you guys even talking about? This is like a healing card. This is not like, there's nothing sexual about that. And
try
people,
telling that to the panic heads, dude. That's
people,
all they do.
well, they're the ones sexualizing that shit, man. Like, why does everything have to be that? Why can't it just be what it is?
It's the same argument that friggin' Dee Snider had against Tipper Gore. It's just like, just because Tipper Gore hears that and makes it something sexual, that's not on me. That's on her. Like me, I wrote that song about a throat surgery. For her, where she makes it about BDSM, that's not me having a dirty mind. That's Tipper Gore having a dirty mind. Well, shit,
there's a Pierce reverse hollow.
Oh. Must be one I missed.
It's probably me.
That's okay.
One of us.
Either way.
For sure. Maybe that's one of the packs that Nick opened. We'll blame Nick because he's not here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the typical.
He can't defend himself, so.
No, he can't.
Use the old James narrative. Oh, they're not here to defend themselves. Let's make them the bad guy today.
Yeah. It's like, he fucked us. He straight up
really fucked us.
Jesus.
Just a nobody asshole that we had to deal with for a while.
Oy vey.
Yeah.
Someone whom I wish I would have never met.
Sorry.
It ain't your fault, dude. I mean, I made the conscious choice to go down there.
Let's see. Had some good times, too.
Oh, yeah. Had some great times. Great matches. Met some great people. People who we're still friends with and talking to this day.
It's a fact. Dude, I can't wait to get back in the ring. You have no fucking clue. I'm chomping at the bit for it.
I bet you are.
Especially after going and filming the other day. I was
yeah, that's got to get you like super hyped up. You're just
yeah,
like,
I
was.
I got in the ring and started trying to do shit, and I was running the ropes with Mook, and dude, I almost fucking broke his legs trying to dive underneath him and do shit like I normally do, and I just don't have the gas for it right now.
Me and Nick have stepped up and are doing 2 days a week now, working out.
Dude, if I could do one, I would be doing better. Depression's just been really fucking me up and keeping me with lead in my feet for whatever reason.
Well, whenever this is all said and done, man, you know what? I'm gonna set up a group thing at the local Plant Fitness.
Yeah.
And see if we can't all make days to go down there and make it like turn it into a habit.
That would be sweet.
Because we need to.
Well, luckily in Abingdon, where Nikki and I are moving, they have a place that has a pool and a basketball court that you can get a fucking membership to. So we're gonna go and like run the track, swim, and she's not ever really been into basketball, so I would like to teach her and fucking play one-on-one with her and shit, because I think she would be good at it, and she's really aggressive and wants to win. So
basketball is a good sport to get into just for athletics and also for like cardio.
I've broken my fingers a couple times playing it. It can be rough. I broke my hand and a finger.
Yeah.
Charles, man. Chuck broke my goddamn finger playing
Really?
basketball one time. Yeah, he did.
Jesus, dude.
Nikki had to take me to the emergency room for it.
I've like busted up my elbow a couple times.
It was my pinky, and it was like sideways. It was all fucked up.
All I know is that friggin' down to the courts at Norton.
Oh, that's a good spot.
Yeah. I went down there, played a few games with Witt.
Oh, yeah.
Played a few games around with some of the local kids. Dude, some of those kids down there were really good.
Yeah, they are.
And, you know, I told them, you know, I can pass pretty good, I can move pretty good, like on the jump, but, you know, I don't have that big of a gas tank. And,
dude, you have a bigger gas tank than people would think for your size, for sure.
Well, I have a lot of go, but I don't have longevity. That's the thing. Longevity is my biggest issue. I can move good for a big guy, but not for a long period of time.
He's going the distance.
I wish I could.
He's going for speed.
I can recover all right if I get the time to recover. I can recover pretty quickly, but again, just longevity, dude.
Yeah.
Just over and over and over again.
That's definitely the key to it.
And that's what I need to work on.
Be like AJ Styles, 45, and
still knocking it
just
out the
go.
park. Dude, how that guy is able to do that at that level for so long still baffles me.
Yeah, Evan mentioned something when we were talking about, like, everybody has a bump ticket. Everybody has a date. No matter what kind of athlete you are,
yes,
there's a point where it's fucking over.
Yes.
And he brought up AJ Styles, and I was like, oh, you mean the fucking freak of nature? The guy who just, like, absolutely defies age and just is able to do the most ridiculous shit in the world that no 45-year-old should be able to do? Yeah. Him and Chris Jericho are in a different league than regular human beings. They just are.
I will say that. That is true.
We can't compare anything to two of the fucking most enduring
ridiculously
bodies in professional wrestling.
Yeah. Who, AJ Styles, after getting his shoulder knocked out in the Royal Rumble, was back to work next week. He did some recovery work on his shoulder to make sure, you know, it was still stable. And, you know, he worked safe for the next little bit.
He was able to maintain during early 2000s TNA, okay? That says enough.
His matches against Jerry Lynn.
Where they were trying to compete with WWE in the Ruthless Aggression era. Yeah. That was bad. The shit people were doing during that time period was fucking bad.
Well, that match you and I watched, the one with him, Chris Daniels, and Samoa Joe, dude.
It was insanity.
It's probably the best match that's ever been put on TNA TV.
Bro, what about that shit where Brock Lesnar was beating the dude who has one leg with, like, fucking anything he can get his hand on? He murdered that kid. Look, okay, I get it, but there's no reason. Nobody has to do that.
No.
Nobody needed to do that.
Well, that guy wanted, like, he was a trained wrestler.
Well, he wanted to prove himself.
Yes.
But what did it prove?
Nothing. Because
that Brock Lesnar can fucking massacre people? We already know that.
He massacres healthy people. And,
yeah.
You know, people with two healthy working legs who are mountains of men. I mean, Zach Gowen, that was his name.
Yeah.
Zach Gowen wanted to prove that he could still go, even only with one leg. I mean, he could prove that.
He did.
But let's be honest. He, you know, going up against Bork Laser, like 27-year-old Brock Lesnar, that's a nightmare into itself.
Yeah, big.
Because this is Brock Lesnar when he didn't have a calm bone in his body.
No.
He was all go.
Probably juiced.
Yeah, I don't think there's a doubt in anyone's mind that Brock Lesnar was juicing to a certain extent. I don't think there's.
I mean, I don't know for sure, but if I had to put my money down and there was no way around it, it would unfortunately have to go on the side of yes.
Yes, same here. I mean,
because I do respect the guy and fucking.
Oh yeah, I respect him as a performer. I always will, but as a human being and as a just.
He's a savage, bro. That's all there is to say about it.
Yeah, pure savage.
You know, some people are just monsters.
Some people are just born different, man. That's just like we talk about, supreme athletes. Talk about people like LeBron James. Talk about friggin' Michael Jordan. Not only because you can be a great athlete, but having the durability to last that long against like the best of the best of the best,
or a mind for the game in and of itself, man.
Well, having a mind for the game. I mean, Steve Nash was not the best
Oh
athlete.
yeah, Brock did get busted for the shit in UFC. I
He
forgot
did,
about that.
UFC 200. I remember that. Estrogen blockers. The fact that Mark Hunt still fought him, to me, still signifies Mark Hunt is like one of the most game fighters in the world.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck, did he?
No, he didn't. He was just like, oh, he's juice. All right, fuck it. I'll still fight him.
God damn. Oh, Brock Lesnar's on the fucking shit. Ah.
Well, Mark Hunt didn't give a shit, dude. Mark Hunt was there to fight. That was if you could give Mark Hunt, if I could teleport any fighter back in time physically to watch them fight during their prime with like all the knowledge they'd gained by the time they were like late in years, it'd be Mark Hunt. Because Mark Hunt's biggest problem in the beginning was that he had no takedown defense and no submission defense. When he lost like 7 fights early on because he didn't know how to defend.
Yeah.
But later on, he eventually developed takedown defense, and he developed how to properly like defend against submissions, and he became a monster again. But by that time, he had been worn down, and he was already like almost 40 years old.
Yeah.
And he was still knocking people out, but he was not the same fighter that he was when he was in his 20s.
Whatever happened to CM Punk? Google CM Punk UFC, and you'll see everything you need to see to understand.
Yeah, Mickey Gall put a screeching halt to that hype train. Jesus.
Yeah. It was.
Like, I will never forget that night. Just seeing so many people just being like, well, money well spent, UFC. Good job.
Yeah, well, they gained a lot of money from that.
They did. They got like 300. They got like an extra 400,000 pay-per-view buys.
That human execution came with a good draw.
Yep.
That's the difference between shit like WWE and UFC. The draw can keep your spot in WWE. The draw cannot keep your spot in the UFC.
Because eventually, if you lose enough, people are just like, yeah, I'm not going to watch that anymore.
Well, also, your body is just going to be like, guess what? You're dead.
Yeah.
You can't just keep getting your head thumped in fucking every day without not being there at all mentally anymore and just eventually dying.
Dude, that reminds me of Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell was one of my heroes in my early days of watching UFC.
Yeah.
Like, I was into it a little bit when I was younger, but it was like turn of like the 2000s. I was really starting to get into it.
Yeah.
And he was one of my heroes. And
he was a hero for a lot of people, man.
And to see him go on the downturn that he did because he couldn't take a punch anymore. I mean,
yeah.
Every fighter gets, like that bump card you were talking about. There's also a punch ticket that every fighter has where you just cannot take the hit anymore. And
yeah.
For Chuck, it was when he hit 35. When he hit 35, that was it. He couldn't take
glass jaw.
Yeah, and he could take punches. I mean, he took like bombs on his chin in his like late 20s, early 30s, but he just couldn't anymore.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things, dude. As much as you want to see someone fight, it's like Mike Tyson. I mean, hell, I love Mike Tyson, but watching him fight those last few fights against Lennox Lewis and Kevin McBride, where he just got tuned up and knocked out, I was like, no, it's not good anymore. It's not good to watch this anymore. I would not want to watch another Mike Tyson fight. And then he did the Roy Jones Jr. fight,
and it was great.
Yes, it was.
It was an exhibition fight, the way that they should go down, you know?
Yeah. Like,
not the way that, which one of it, is it Logan Paul that fights everybody?
Yeah, Logan Paul, and now Jake, well, Logan Paul has lost, like, he doesn't have a single win on his record.
Really?
Yeah, because he tied KSI the first time, and then he lost to KSI the second time.
So
he's 1-0-1.
Everything else has been an exhibition.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing that made the Logan Paul kerfuffle, the biggest problem was Eddie Hearns. Eddie Hearns wanted to make them professionals, give them actual boxing licenses and put them on the rankings lists and all that. And I'm like, these guys are YouTubers, man. I mean, Logan just started learning how to box like less than a year ago. I mean, this isn't Deontay Wilder, someone who's getting into it and has been boxing for 18 months and is literally like a freak like occurrence in humanity that has that much power in that slant of a frame. You've seen Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
Like 218 pounds, knocking dudes who outweigh him by 40 pounds cold.
Yeah.
Because he has a piston for a right hand, and if he uncorks that the right way, you're done. Doesn't matter if you are made of granite, titanium, or unobtainium, whatever is out there. You are going to sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, and Logan Paul, that's not Logan Paul. Logan Paul is an athlete to a certain degree. I mean, he wrestled when he was younger, but that's an
yeah, I would say he's definitely an athlete.
Yeah, I would.
There's no doubt about that.
I'm not going to debate that.
But to argue that he's some kind of boxing phenom is just...
No. Jake has more of a claim to be a boxing phenom than Logan because Jake is at least undefeated. Like, he's 3-0 in his fights.
Yeah.
And he knocks people out. Like, he knocked out Nate Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
He knocked out Deji. I mean, he's done great. I mean, I remember the Nate Robinson one, dude. That Nate Robinson.
Yeah, but Nate Robinson was not ready for that.
Well, and that's the thing. Nate Robinson, again, a great athlete, but a basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have loved to have seen him, have about a year and a half, 2 years of full training in before he went in against Logan Paul or Jake Paul. But instead, he was just like, "Nah, I'll just go in. I'll just take care of business," you know.
And looked like a fucking clown.
Yeah. Because he kept trying to rush in and get close when, all the good box wrestlers do is like jab, turn, and that's eventually what Jake did. And then he found his distance and he knocked him out.
I mean, talking about crossovers and shit. What about Shaq, dude? Getting in the ring in AEW,
Shaq Diesel,
going through a
baby.
fucking table, dude.
Yeah. I wonder how Cody, how that meeting went with Cody. It's just like, I'm going to tackle you through a table. And Shaq's just like, okay.
All right.
So, how many tables are we talking? It's like, 2 tables. He's like, you might need 3. 'Cause I'm big. He's like, yeah. Well, thankfully, 2 did the job, though.
Yeah.
Did the job. But I guarantee you, Shaq ran through that spot at least 4 or 5 times.
I mean...
how to properly fall.
You got to think about how much money that man is worth. You know what I'm saying?
An insane amount of money.
Something goes wrong and Shaq fucks his body up. Not only do you need a fucking crane to get his ass out of there, but how much money is that motherfucker worth to a lot of people?
I'd say a good portion. Cause
so
he's, in terms of lovability, I mean, he's one of the most beloved sports figures. In our era, especially.
Yeah.
Because I remember when he was with the Magic, and everyone was saying, this kid's the future.
Yeah.
And then he goes to the Lakers and wins 3 championships. It's just like, well,
yeah, he was.
You
You're right.
Imagine if him and Kobe would have stayed together. How many more championships do you think they'd have won?
I mean, I don't know who would have stopped them, really.
Both of them
The Detroit
together?
Pistons, when they had fucking...
Well, they had Ben Wallace.
Yeah, Ben Wallace.
They had Rasheed Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton. They
the
had
fucking
a great
Spurs.
The Spurs, I think the Spurs and the Lakers would have traded out all throughout the 2000s if
yeah.
Shaq
it would have been
stayed with the
interesting.
Lakers.
It would have been very interesting.
Yeah.
I expected a lot more from the Rockets, but they never did anything. The Nuggets never did shit when they were stacked.
I remember when they had Carmelo. That was
and Carmelo and 4 superstars surrounding him.
Yeah. And then it now it's become forming the trios, the dream teams, and the 3, the power trios.
It's Shaq. All he has to do is show up. It's yeah. But he did way more than that, though. He showed up and more.
He dominated, dude.
Yeah.
After Hakeem Olajuwon was out of the league, who could stop him? Hakeem Olajuwon was really the only one that stood a chance.
Yeah.
And he did early on. I mean, Shaq ran into a roadblock in the playoffs, in the NBA Finals, and that roadblock was named Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah.
But eventually, I mean, Shaq gained Shaq developed fully as an athlete. That's one thing about Shaq that got me too. He never trained. He never trained.
Right. He just was Shaq.
He was yeah, exactly. He was just Shaq Diesel. That's all he had to be. Christ, that's terrifying to think about.
Yeah, it is.
When you are that much of the man that you don't have to train.
That's a whole bunch.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I keep thinking about like another like Allen Iverson. If he could have kept himself in check, like how successful he would have been.
Well, there were certain things outside of his control that other people trying to take him down caused him a lot of problems.
76ers and
yeah,
that.
Much like Barry Sanders, no cast around him to fucking make anything happen.
Nope.
Shaq makes gold bond commercials entertaining, Dr. Dale says.
That's a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Pay that man good money just for that.
They do.
Well, yeah, they do. Plus,
that man gets paid every time.
Pays him a good amount of money.
Well, they had to do something after Tiger. They did, dude.
I know.
That motherfucker just recently flipped.
You talk about how fucked up someone's life can get so fast. Like, within a 6-month span, Tiger Woods went from, like, most beloved man in the sports world to, like, social pariah.
The people turned on him, dude. The people turned on him. And you know what? I don't hate Tiger Woods. I think that he's, a damaged individual like we all are, and he's been through a lot of shit.
Again, I think he suffered from the same thing that Michael Jordan did. Michael Jordan, his dad made him into a bit of a borderline sociopath.
Yes.
Tiger Woods' dad did the exact same thing.
Right. And was a womanizer.
Oh, God.
So.
Yeah, and taught Tiger everything he knew.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the problem. You see, we are products of our environment more than anything.
Well, you don't recognize it until you get older how much shit from your childhood really influenced who you are and what you and the baggage that you have to deal with. Like, you don't realize it until you start actually having to deal with it.
Well, it's just like here, us doing this. I mean, I did this like when I was a kid to like calm down and soothe myself.
Oh yeah.
And this is like me. I like sorting and doing stuff like this just to have fun and to look at how like all the stuff that I got and take note and. It's just fun. It's just
there's
fun.
that Welmer that needs a tie.
Yep.
Couldn't you just see a little tie right here on him? Wilmer. Welcome to Wilmer Mart.
Oh my gosh.
I'm the superintendent of all Wilmarts.
God. I found one dragon card so far. Dratini.
Really?
Yes. One dragon card. That's it. Everything else is on the table. One dragon card.
Son of a gun.
These nuts.
Yeah. Pokemon don't want you to get good cards.
Nah, they don't.
They want you to buy a trillion more packs to maybe get a GX of something you don't want.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
The pull rates are about to be awful. I can already see that happening.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. Very, very bad.
When they reprint shit.
Oh, that's gonna get ugly. I can already hear like the angriness on the horizon.
Oh yeah, but you know what they're not reprinting? That they will always, be doing nothing but making more rare?
What?
The old school cards.
Yes. Which you've got a fair amount of those.
Well, I'm trying to get, all of the Wizards of the Coast up to Neo Revelations in English and Japanese. That is my goal.
Hey, found another Dratini. That's 2.
Oh.
Found 2 dragons. Drag on these nuts.
Drag on these nuts.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in a car accident recently and broke like both of his legs really bad. And
Tiger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who else was on the road with him?
Who?
Nobody. He was hammered. We all know it.
Yeah.
It's not the first time it's happened. He didn't even know when they pulled him out of the car that he'd even been driving. It's not the first time that that's happened.
Nope.
And, who am I to judge, man? The guy needs help. He's needed help. He's tried to get help in the past. It's just going to be...
He refuses to get help.
Well, he has, but, it's just something that you don't get fixed. It's a lifelong thing that you got to deal with. Those demons don't just disappear, man.
No, they don't. You can find ways to manage it to where it does not come up as often.
Yeah.
But it has to be something that you do. You
got to want to do that.
Yes. Which, who are we to... I mean, we as human beings were slaves to our own desires to a certain degree.
Oh, yeah.
And, if it feels good to you, I mean, even though it's bad for you, I mean, that's just like cigarettes, It's just like fast food. It's just like alcohol. It feels good, but at the same time, it hurts us.
Yeah, who am I to? I can't say anything about people. I just say that it sucks. Like, I've always been a fan of his ability to master such a complicated game and everything like that, and I wish all the best for him. It's just kind of like, fuck, man. Crazy to see people go down the spiral of shitstorm like that.
It ain't pretty. It's never pretty to witness great talent go to waste. That's to me like the most heartbreaking thing is watching great talent go up in smoke.
Yeah.
That's just like that one. You know that it's a meme now. You know the dude like bruh, like the dude fainting. You know about that story, right?
No.
The dude in that meme, his name is Tony Farmer.
Okay.
And he was considered the best basketball prospect in the Cleveland area. Like NFL, like NBA teams were like scouting him.
Mm-hmm.
Big college programs like Boston College, friggin' Duke, North Carolina. Everyone was on his doorstep.
That's huge.
Then he assaulted his girlfriend extremely, extremely bad. I'm talking like beat her up within an inch of her life, and it was over.
Game over.
It was over. It was over relationship stuff. Don't know the full details of it, but all of a sudden they read off like they go through the trial and they read off his verdict.
Mm-hmm.
Read off the verdict and his punishment. And he heard that he was going to be in prison for up to 5 years. He fainted, and that's what that is. That bruh, like. But great talent going to waste.
Wasn't there some like dude from Boston that just got really bad on the shit, and he was supposed to be like a big phenom basketball player, and it fucking killed him?
I think I can't remember for the life of me.
There's so many documentaries about those people that just unbelievably talented, but not talented enough to beat their demons and just crash and burn, slot.
There was one that was no fault of his own. Billy Collins Jr.
Oh yeah.
You remember that one?
Was that the guy that died on the court?
No.
From a heart defect?
This one was boxing. Kid was 14-0.
Was this the white dude?
Yeah.
That was like pretty huge looking.
No. He was.
Do you know who I'm talking about? This guy was like 80s, 90s, looked like Jose Canseco, boxer, partied like fucking crazy, and just.
Tommy Morrison.
Yes.
Tommy Morrison, yeah. AIDS is what got him.
Yes.
But no, Billy Collins, the one I'm talking about, he was a middleweight prospect. He was actually from Antioch, Tennessee, which is about an hour away from here. And his last official fight was in Bristol, Tennessee.
Wow.
At the old forum that Viking Hall replaced.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he had all this potential in the world, and like everyone was saying, he could be the next potential like middleweight champion. Yeah, he was long rangey. He had good power. He goes up to New York and fights this one guy, a Puerto Rican fighter who was on a bit of a downturn in his career. He was like 22-7 in his career. He lost like his last 3 fights. And Billy Collins, signed the fight with this guy. It's sort of like a tune-up fight. Just to try
stay sharp.
Yeah, stay sharp, get everything. Stay on point. Fight goes on, and the Puerto Rican guy is tuning Billy up. Like in the early goings of the fight, like first 3-4 rounds, Billy's getting the best of him. But then later on, Louis Resto's his name. Louis Resto. Resto is like tuning Billy up. Like every punch that he's hitting him with is leaving a mark.
Mm-hmm.
And Billy's eyes are like almost swollen shut. Billy makes it to the end of the fight, 12 full rounds, getting his ass beat.
Mm-hmm.
And Louis Resto and his trainer Panama Lewis get into the ring, go over to shake Billy's dad's hand. It's tradition and everything. Billy's dad grabs Louis Resto's glove. Louis Resto's glove is empty. No padding in the gloves. So he'd been hitting him with bare fists for 12 straight rounds.
Yeah.
Panama Lewis comes over, tries to make a big set. He's like, those are the gloves they gave us. Those are the gloves they gave us. They actually go into the training room and they look in the trash can. All the padding that Panama Lewis pulled out of Louis Resto's gloves was in the trash can. And Billy Collins' damage to his face is so bad, he has to retire from boxing. Billy then starts drinking heavily, starts going crazy, and he eventually gets in the car one night drunk off his ass and twists himself around a light pole.
Damn.
And he was 23.
What a fucking nightmare, dude.
You ain't kidding. It's something that the Collins family in Antioch, Tennessee still deal with to this day because Billy's dad is still alive, and they tried to interview Billy's dad for the HBO documentary they did on him, called Assault in the Ring, and Billy's dad was just like, I know y'all are wanting to do something with this, and spread, shine light on this, but I got nothing to say. Boxing's taking everything from me, and I want nothing to do with it anymore.
Damn.
So yeah.
Well, I mean, I can totally understand that. That's
I can too.
Fucking horrible.
It is. It's one of the worst scenarios, in terms of professional sports. Like, this kid was on the rise.
Yeah.
And he had such a career in front of him. He could have been a burnout. Who's to say after Louis Resto he'd have got his ass beat up by some bigger fighter.
Right.
But the opportunity, man, that he had was taken from him because they wanted a payday. That's it. And they found out that Panama Lewis actually bet a shit ton on Louis Resto, and that's why they did what they did.
Damn. To just win out the big odds.
Mm-hmm. Because Billy Collins was like a 4-1 favorite.
Yeah.
That's how much he was favored over Louis Resto. And then Panama Lewis and Louis Resto are banned from ever competing again. That's one thing that came from it that was good. Although
I'm sure he's got on cards somewhere.
Louis Resto, no. Well, the only place he's only been able to fight is unsanctioned in Puerto Rico.
Oh, I'm sure.
He went back home to Puerto Rico and fought there. But Panama Lewis still gets paid as a trainer. He's just not allowed to corner. He's not allowed to be in the corner during fights. It's horrendous, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's show business, though.
Yeah, and it's one reason why I think the old system needs to go away to a certain extent.
Yeah, it really, really does in a lot of places.
Yeah. I mean, the pandemic has done one thing. It's sort of shown people that you don't need Hollywood like you think you do.
Yeah, for real.
Don't get me wrong,
they have freaked out being like, holy shit, they know that they don't need us as much as we made them think that they do.
Yeah, and it's because they've done everything they can to try and maintain it, but it doesn't work. Because these people aren't relatable anymore.
No, they're not.
Like you see Madonna, in a bathtub, talking about, we're all going to die one day, and we just need to embrace it. And I'm just like, Madonna,
shut the fuck up. Yeah, go suck Dennis Rodman's dick.
Yeah, his crooked ass broken dick.
Multiple times broken.
That's right.
Not just once. Many, many times over, broken. That's a true warrior.
That is.
That's a true warrior.
Oh, God. Oh, shit. Oh.
Speaking of Pokemon, Unbroken Bonds.
Oh, my God.
Dennis Rodman's got some broken bonds.
You ain't kidding. The brokenest of bonds.
He broke his bond.
He broke
the bond.
Multiple times.
The bond you never want severed.
No. Man, damn. Ugh.
The inseverable scrotum.
Stop it. Come on. Oh, my gosh. Have you seen the Dark Side of the Ring series? J.D. Doss? Yes, we have.
Yeah, some of them.
I've seen every single one of them. And
God damn, dude. The Owen Hart one is really tough.
That one's gut-wrenching.
And so is the Chris Benoit one. The Benoit one is tough.
I remember when it came out on YouTube and I watched both parts of it, I was just like, ooh.
His son's the man, and I'm in awe of how he's able to keep it together the way he does.
I remembered him talking about, when he was down in Atlanta hanging out with Nancy and his little brother, and him and his little brother, all they would do is talk about becoming wrestlers and becoming the tag team champions of the world. I heard that and my fucking heart sank because I remember being a kid and me and my friend Andrew, me and him talked about becoming wrestlers and tag team champions of the world and all that. And when your dad's one of the best in the world ever to do it, you think, oh, I got a shot of doing this because I'm gonna be able to pick his brain and all this and all that. And then your dad turns out to be one of the worst offenders ever when it comes to doing terrible things.
Well, I mean, he was
He was not
really
himself.
no, he was really fucked up when all that took place.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to apologize or
No.
excuse anything that happened, but I do want to, make sure to note that everybody involved agrees that he was, from medical professionals to his relatives and people who cared about him, say he wasn't acting right. He was really fucked up. He was very damaged. His brain was, they don't know
Completely
how
mental.
he was functioning.
Yeah.
So,
He had the brain of an 80-year-old Alzheimer's patient.
unbelievable.
And also another thing, too, Nancy's sister.
Yeah,
If Nancy's sister, who was closer to Nancy than anyone else, is willing to forgive him,
yeah.
then to me that speaks volumes as who she knew who Chris was.
Yeah.
And if she's willing to forgive Chris, then yeah,
Heavy shit.
it is eternally heavy shit. And I can't believe, like, we were here. I mean, we went through that shit, dude.
Yeah, when I first heard about it, I was just like, what
I was in
the
disbelief.
fuck is all
It
this?
was a couple days after my birthday, dude.
Yeah, it's
it was
fucking insane.
Yeah, it was like the year.
But it really did change everything, man.
Oh, yeah, it
Everything about wrestling changed after that.
Period. Like sports. Period, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, look at football. I know football, had been dealing with their concussion issues for God knows how long, and then this comes out, and that adds even more fuel to the fire. And if it helps, and it makes it to where players have greater longevity in life,
Yeah, I'm all for it.
I am all for it too.
I think there was a lot of good that came out of that terrible situation.
If anything, that's what you can eschew. That's one thing that we can always, take comfort in knowing is that though that act was a terrible, terrible thing, we're able to have a greater grasp of the problem and do something about it versus just letting
Letting
run its
people
course.
rot,
Yeah.
which happened quite a bit. There was a lot of people that just got left to rot.
Yeah. I keep looking at old films of certain wrestlers, and I'm just like how many of them had their bump ticket pressed one too many times?
Way too soon.
Yeah, and how many careers were shortened because of shitty promoters talking them into doing dumb shit.
Dumb shit.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times it's the boys too, you know.
Well, the boys, yeah, Agonyon's like, come on, man, this guy did it last week. It was nothing to it. And all it takes is that one time for it to go wrong. It's just like...
Then there is something to it.
Oh, yeah. It's like draws.
Dude, I don't even want to talk about that.
I know. I remember the New Jack one, dude. Whew. You see the kind of shit New Jack's been through, I'm like, damn. How that man's still alive is still a mystery to me.
Pure piss and vinegar.
Yes. Yeah, I guarantee if a guy was just like, time to come home, my son, he'd be like, fuck you, I got shit to do.
Yeah, probably right. Man, I'm looking forward to these new variants of the Pokemon games, though. The remake, and really, honestly, the Legend game that they're putting out that people have been comparing to Monster Hunter, rightfully so.
Yeah.
But they're trendsetters in everything. I'm not going to hate on them for doing something. It's not like that shit hasn't been copied by multiple other,
Oh my gosh, dude. I know a lot of people talk shit about friggin' Jedi Fallen Order. The thing with Jedi Fallen Order is everyone's just like, oh, it's a carbon copy of this and that and blah, blah, blah.
I've heard it compared to Assassin's Creed quite a bit.
Well, yeah, compared to Assassin's Creed, it's been compared to a lot of stuff, man. And here's what I have to say to that. If it does it well enough,
Good.
who gives a shit?
Yeah, good.
If it does it well enough to the point of where it engages you into the story, isn't that the point?
Would you rather them make it based off of a shitty game?
Yeah. Would you rather than make it off of Drake and the 99 Dragons, just one of the worst games ever? Would you rather than make it off of what's that? Mortal Kombat Special Ops.
Oh God.
That's the worst Mortal Kombat game I have ever played.
I've never played it, but
Be
now I
thankful.
have to.
Oh, what have I done? I'm sorry, dude.
It sounds so cool.
Oh, it does. I thought it was going to be cool because it was focusing on Jax and Sonya, and it was going to be like a stealth action game, sort of like Metal Gear Solid, and it did not work. It was terrible.
Is that bad, huh?
Yeah. you remember Sub-Zero Chronicles, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, like part of the
wasn't the worst for sure.
No. I mean, you play that, and then you play friggin' Spec Ops, and you'll understand. Like, okay, Sub-Zero Chronicles is an okay game. This is hot garbage.
What about Operation Raccoon City?
Oh, or like Operation Retcon this from my fucking mind.
Dude, it was so bad. And
terrible.
I bought it at GameStop used like 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh.
It'd been out forever, and it was known that it was just the nastiest, stinking fucking turd. And they let me buy it. Didn't mention a word to me. Didn't say a goddamn thing.
It's money to them, dude.
Yeah, but I would have bought something else if not that.
You know, there was a show that was on YouTube for a couple seasons called Bite Me.
Yeah.
It was a zombie comedy. It was hilarious. It had some actually really funny shit in it.
Yeah.
And there was one thing in the second season. In order to like meet the quota for promotion, they had to promote Operation Raccoon City.
Oh my god.
And a lot of people are saying that's what tanked the series because they never made it past the second season. And the second season was the best season. And
because they made fun of Operation Raccoon City?
No, they were trying to like make it look like an actually good game.
Oh, so they were being paid to sponsor it?
Yes.
Oh, no,
and
dude.
A lot of people say that's what led to it not being successful.
Oh.
And thus, I've always wondered what happened next in the story, and I've been wondering for like 10 years now.
That game was definitely enough to kill a lot of things off.
Yeah. It killed that off in a heartbeat. It was like, and the
I couldn't get past like 3 minutes into the game. There was a boss that was unpassable. There was just like a character you can't make it past.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's unplayable. It's broken.
Yeah. A lot of people like that's the one thing. And here's the thing: people have taken mods to that game and have actually made it better. Like there's a PC port of Alien Colonial Marines,
mm-hmm.
and people actually like that better than the one that was released by Gearbox because
mm-hmm.
they actually fixed. They found that there was an error in the Aliens AI that made the Alien AI stupid, and they went in and fixed it, and the aliens actually became a threat. It was like damn. Doesn't fix the rest of the game because the narrative is absolutely just
garbage.
Yeah. Including a character change up and a character swap that's just like, wait, what? Like, what? What the hell? How the hell did that happen? That makes no sense. It completely breaks the lore of, like, Aliens. And as if there isn't enough to break the lore of Aliens already.
Yeah.
Given, like, oh, this is the true timeline. And then Ridley Scott comes in and he's like, oh, no. Slap his big fat dick on the table. It's like, yeah, this is actually how Aliens is supposed to go. Yeah, way to ruin it for everyone.
Big fat dicks on the table.
No, thank you.
You heard it here. Straight from Nate's lips.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
The whore's mouth!
I can take many things, but don't call me a whore.
Don't you dare insult my chastity.
Jesus Christ. Don't insult my chastity. Oh, God. Okay. Steel.
Wouldn't it be funny as shit to have like a bad guy, like a villain who claims to be a virgin and like is just notorious and evil and terrible in all ways, but you insult that and he's like, I never.
I never. Never in a million years. Yeah, he's like a not conquistador, but like a member of the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah.
And he's like behind closed doors, he's like the filthiest, nastiest, horrendous.
Like the one dude from Hell of a Boss.
Yes.
The owl.
Oh my God, yeah. I remember y'all were watching that. I saw the episode 2 pop up there.
Oh yeah.
For Lululand.
Yep.
Lululand.
He's terrible in that one.
Oh my God, yeah. And then, of course, there's also another thing about that. Did you know that the apple in that Moxie accused of being a pervert and everything?
Uh-huh.
And he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the guy who voiced that, Maxwell Adams, is the same guy that made Billy and Mandy. And
no, I did not know that.
Yeah, he's friggin' hilarious. I love
That's
that guy.
great. Billy and Mandy
Maxwell
is
Adams.
one of my favorite shows.
Maxwell Adams. Yeah, he is hilarious.
Damn.
And also, the guy who played Fizzaroli, the robot, that is played by Alex Brightman, who plays Beetlejuice on Broadway.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like, "Hello, everyone, welcome." And he sings like that, like 3 shows a day, 5 days a week.
Jesus.
I don't know how. My voice would be shot.
I started watching My Hero Academia, by the way.
Uh-oh.
I'm to the episode where the villains show up in the middle of their training.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's a good show, man.
It seems pretty good.
It is balls to the wall, and it only gets better.
Really?
That's the thing. Every season that goes by, I'm thinking, okay, they've hit their peak. They can't get any better. Holy shit, they just got better.
Yeah, it's pretty savage. I kind of get it to a certain degree, but then again, I don't. Like, why does every single fucking anime have to take place in a school?
It's one of those niches. It comes and goes. It's just like every anime had to have mechs in it back in the 90s. It's just like how every anime nowadays has to be set in another world, or it's like oh, I'm trapped in another world with my cell phone, or I'm trapped in another world, but I have cheats. Oh, I'm trapped in another world, but I've got my quirky little dog here who spouts one-liners.
Yeah, or cat.
Or I'm trapped over here with my mom, who everyone thinks is attractive and is always like getting in very risque situations. I have no idea why that's a thing. Japan, stop. You're drunk. Go home.
You're just damaged. Why won't they love you? Why won't they love the children? Just stop this. You're broken. Stop.
I'm sorry, but when you push incest angles, I'm out.
Which seems to be a consistent, constant fucking thing, but
it's disgusting.
I'm
not one to judge people on what they like or what they don't like, but
well, it'll come out of... The thing is like, oftentimes I've noticed, I'll be getting into a show, man, this is interesting, and then that shit will come out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
You'll be like 10 episodes in, and then they're like, oh, this has been building for a long... No!
Stop
it has not been building for a long time.
Hey, stop it.
Y'all need to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
the Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Stop it.
Stop.
Get some help.
Get some help.
Techno Reaper, yes, exactly. Stop it.
Get some help. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's...
It could go multiple ways. Stop it. Fuck them kids.
Yeah, fuck them kids. Shit's crazy, man.
Oh, I love it though. It's fun to talk about this shit. It's fun to like make fun of it and all that.
Yeah.
Where this whole isekai, that's what they call the show type, isekais, where you're like trapped in another world with it's like fantasy or anything really. It all started with Sword Art Online and how popular that show is.
And video games and
and everything to do with it. It's like because that's so popular, everyone's just like, oh, this is the motif we need to go with.
No, build another one that does that.
Yeah.
Don't keep doing the same shit, because then we could just watch that, which is the original and probably better than yours.
I don't know about that.
No Game, No Life was a good one that I was watching. I was like, man, they're a really good team, and it seems like they're chill with each. Why does this keep getting weird? Because
Japan has to make it weird. Japan can't not make it weird.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Ugh.
To the point where I was like, you know what? I'm out. I will find something else to watch. What was the show on Hulu that Nikki and I were watching the other night for the first time that really fucking rocked her brain? It was some kind of like cooking show where everybody was like having orgasms every time they ate something.
Shingeki no Kyojin. That's that's Attack on Titan. That's Shokugeki no Soma. That's Food Wars.
Yeah, that's it.
That one is hilarious.
It was funny as shit, but it was just going over the top. She couldn't handle it.
We
watched the whole first episode, but after that, it was like...
over the top is what that show does.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when the manga was out, everyone was just like, why is everyone's clothes flying off when they taste the food?
Yeah. It's funny as hell.
It is. To me, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I think
like,
it's
I
funny
laugh
too.
my ass off. Like when it happens to the guys, it happens to the girls. It's just like all of a sudden you just hear, and then just like the food, oh.
Just too much, man.
But it's funny.
Yeah.
So there we go. I've got all these sorted. Jesus.
I've got one more row, and then I've sorted the whole box.
You are on it, man.
Yeah.
You are fucking on it.
I'm going, dude.
Yeah, I've got these are all my energy cards.
These are the energy cards.
Okay.
These are the trainers. These are all Pokemon.
Wow. Damn, dude. Chad is on it, guys. Chad is on it.
You know, this is I've been here before.
I know, but damn, dude. It's like, damn, Chad, you scary.
Pokemon.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Gotta collect them all.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
Pokemons.
Oh my gosh. I remember. I don't know if you remember Jello. Ryan.
Of course I do. Jello's
Yeah.
the man.
I remember me and him actually got in competitions over who could sing the Pokemon theme the fastest.
Of course you did.
Well, dude, I was like convinced like I could sing it fastest, and then he comes out and he busts it out, and I'm just like, okay.
Did I tell you the guy that actually sings that's in one of the groups that I'm in on
Really?
Facebook? Yeah, he's hawking.
Wait, no, you did tell me about that.
He's
Yeah.
hawking like signed merchandise and shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he seems like a really nice dude. He interacts with everybody that talks to him on there.
Our courage will pull us through. You teach
Do
me,
you remember
I'll
the
teach
Pokemon
you.
the first movie album?
Mm-hmm.
I had it. I had the CD.
Did you get him to sign it?
No, but I
Aw.
should. He's actually not on it, I don't think. For the
Oh.
movie, they didn't
Oh,
use
that's
him.
Right. Yeah.
They used somebody else for whatever reason. But NSYNC was on it. And it's really funny because you listen to that record and, you know, almost everything on it is fucking trash, obviously. But, like,
yeah. There's
then
not-
NSYNC comes on there and it's like, oh my God. These people actually have some form of fucking talent. And then it's like, oh, it's fucking NSYNC. No wonder.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake squealing like fucking Michael Jackson with fucking ramen noodle hair.
I'll say this much: I don't mind Justin Timberlake as much as like say, friggin' Shawn Mendes.
Yeah.
I can't stand Shawn Mendes. His songs are so one note and exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of disgusting. But
Yeah, pop music isn't my favorite.
no, not mine.
Unless
either.
it's like retro wave or something like that.
Synthwave, dude, is its own thing.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest about that. Synthwave is
Still pretty poppy.
yeah, but at the same time, I mean, it at least. Well, I was listening to Neon Medusa the other day, and I'm just
It's
like,
a good one.
yeah, and I'm like, dude, this is like about some pretty dark stuff.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Gunship is really good, and a lot of the content on there is pretty dark. It's more of a dark synthwave style thing.
Yeah, we've been going for about 2 hours.
Yep, it's almost time to call it quits here. My fingers are actually getting tired.
Yeah. Like I'm getting these sorted out. We have these here for the raffle and everything whenever we do it.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine doing the Pokemon wrap with all 898 Pokemon. No.
All the decks are going to be in these cool boxes.
Yeah, these cool little Ultra Pro level up boxes, which I'm happy about. I'm
Yeah.
glad that this. I'm glad that these are working out pretty well. There we go. And let's see.
So many cards.
So little time. Jesus. This is just the first
I
sorting. string.
I can't believe that this shit went by as fast as it did.
2 hours of us just sitting here talking shit and
Yeah.
you know, just like and trying to entertain the shit out of people.
Trying.
Keyword.
Let us know how that bowel movement went. Did the shit come out of you? Did we talk it out of you?
I guess so.
And on that, my stream dropped to 3 viewers.
Oh, just like that. Mention poop.
Yeah.
Just all of a sudden, just nope.
I
I'm
can't
out.
blame them. I can't
Me
blame them
neither.
at all.
Me neither. I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm just almost done, so I'm trying to fucking get through. Oh, fingers, what are you doing?
It's like, where are being difficult.
Yep. Oh my God. So what do you think, man? Are you going to let me teach you magic? Is that going to be a stream?
Probably. I mean, honestly, given the fact that we've been sorting these cards now for about, just that 2 hours. Jesus. I'm down for it. I'm down to give it a shot.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you will enjoy it, and we'll start getting competitive, and it'll be fun, and there's such a variety of shit out there for you to use, and, I mean, the options are ridiculous. And, you know, me, I'm a tribal deck player. I like to play with decks that are built around creatures and the creature types, like goblins and elves and shit like that. That's my shit. But that's, you know, just one way to play the game. There's
Magic is broken sometimes.
shit's so fucking broken. It just depends on what's going against what. Much like Pokemon. I mean, it's broken if you have a water type. Chad, you're an expert at using your fingers. Yes, to pick boogers, I'm one of the best. There's no doubt about it. Oh, no, wait, you've been talking to your mom, haven't you?
Oh, dang it.
Oh.
Shit talker Skywalker over here.
Yeah. Y'all already know what it is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, did you see Big Cass make a comeback?
I saw him and Enzo at a indie show together.
Wait, how recent?
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Big Cass looks freaking jacked.
Yeah, he's ripped.
Yeah.
And for a guy like that to get that ripped, he worked his fucking ass off.
Well, 7 feet tall. You can't teach that. And,
yeah, I really hope those guys make a big comeback because Cass was dealing with some mental demons again, like we were talking about earlier. Mm-hmm. And Enzo just kind of got fucked.
Yeah.
That shit was bullshit. And they're like, oh, we fired him not because of the accusations, but because he didn't tell us. Like, what the fuck? You expect somebody to just, like, fucking spill that? Like, I'm being charged with some heinous fucking offense that I have no fucking reason why? That's pretty heavy.
It's cancel culture, dude. It tries to claim as many as it can.
Yeah.
And the mob doesn't care. Like, in all honesty, a lot of these people who are in the mob are in the, like
cancel culture mob?
Yeah, they don't care. Like, don't get me wrong. I think people deserve to be canceled if they've done something wrong, and you can prove it without a shadow of a doubt. They have done something wrong.
Like the Nazis we catch, and then deport them back to their home countries or wherever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Send them back to where they came from, and that way they can get the proper trial.
Yeah. I totally agree with that kind of shit.
I agree with that 100%. Yeah, fuck those assholes.
There are people that are like, they're old. It's like, yeah, the people who they fucking baked in the oven don't.
Old? The people who they put in the oven.
Or young.
Yeah.
Young.
Well, no, they're often making the excuse, but they're old. You know, we should treat them with respect considering they're
They
old.
had no respect for humanity, bro.
No, none.
Fuck them. That's my opinion.
And thankfully, there are cases of good things happening with certain people who did good on that side. For instance, I don't know if you ever heard of Nicholas Winton.
The name sounds very familiar.
Pretty much British Schindler is what his name.
Okay.
His family was Jewish. They migrated to England when he was, I think, about 2 years old. And they changed their last name to Winton. He went down to this school right before the Nazis rolled through, and he saved over 800 kids.
Holy snap!
And brought them all back, and you would think, oh, this man would be recognized as a national hero. No, instead.
What?
No. Well, here's the thing. It wasn't because the British didn't want to give him anything. He didn't want to be publicly known.
Oh.
So he hid it. So after he got back, he hid all of his information. And then his daughter was going through the stuff in the attic, and he found the address book where he went and the 800 plus signatures of the kids that he saved. And to surprise her dad, like she told him, "Hey, we got tickets to go to this show, and I want you to go with me. We don't do anything anymore." They go there, and then all of a sudden, Nicholas finds himself sitting in this studio audience, and the person who's up on stage then starts talking about, and we often bring out a little highlight of heroes on this show. And there's one here whom I'm sure a lot of you do not know about. A man by the name of Nicholas Winton. And then Nicholas looked over at his daughter, and he's just like, okay. And then he's sitting there, and he's listening to all these great accolades that he's received and he did and everything, and they're giving him acclaim and all that. And then he's like, by the way, Nicholas, the woman sitting next to you, she would like to shake your hand. Her name is Vera Gissing, and she is one of the children that you saved. And then she's like, hello, and she shakes his hand, and then all of a sudden she says, Nicholas, we would like you to stand up, please. And then he stands up, and he gets applause and everything. He's like, is there anyone else here whose life was saved by Nicholas Winton? The entire studio audience stood up. Every single person that was in there in that studio audience, Nicholas saved.
Damn.
And
that had to be heavy.
Oh, for him, he was like, he just sat down and he just like couldn't help but just cry. His daughter was there. She comforted him and everything. And Nicholas Winton lived to be 100 years old.
Damn.
So, yeah, he lived a long time.
Sometimes the good guys win, bro.
And I always look for the stories where they do, because people often do not focus on those.
Well,
we need to focus on the good.
There's so many badass motherfuckers out there that never get any praise or respect, like the Stone Age Stallion from our area.
Yeah.
The dude that was like slated to be, it was Thomas and Julius Jones's uncle.
Yeah.
From Appalachia. He couldn't read or anything, so he got to Notre Dame playing football, and they had to tell him to go home because he was too stupid for college. He just was. And now, mind you, this was like early 70s. And,
so, yeah, still like a iffy time.
In a coal camp town, I mean, where everybody was, not the most educated. No. And he went from there to try and, do whatever he could, but his family was on vacation a few years later, and there were some kids that got caught in a undercurrent in the ocean, and he died trying to save them. Mm-hmm. He didn't even know how to swim,
People who take action like that, man, you're not going like.
Well, people will talk about him forever for what he did playing football in that area, but they don't talk about the fact that he threw his life, for cannon fodder to try and save kids, that were drowning, knowing that he couldn't swim.
And it's people like. Recognition like that, man, I think should be like, it's the small heroes every day that we should hear about.
Yeah.
That's one thing I think people need to focus more on instead of just the needless negativity, because it depresses the shit out of me when all I see are
you and everybody else
stories about this terrible thing that happened and this person here, and because we're all Americans, we should all feel like disgusted and in ourselves as Americans because of the fact that it's like, how's about this? How's about we actually focus on shit that's positive that has been done, and that we try and learn from our mistakes, and we try to be more like the good stuff instead of focusing on nothing but the bad stuff all the goddamn time.
Won't you stop making so much fucking sense, Nate? Won't you stop that?
Needless negativity bogs people down to the point of where it suffocates. It suffocates people, man. It suffocates creativity. It suffocates everything, dude. And it irritates me to no end. I keep seeing all these people talk good stuff, and no one ever hears about it because, it's not right to talk about good stuff. We have to only talk about bad stuff.
Well, in good stuff, this may be the end of our stream for today.
Yeah.
But there's more to come, and we got to get some of this shit shipped out to y'all because we don't need it. Not a lot of it.
Nah,
I mean, trust me.
We're gonna build decks.
I'm gonna be picking some shit out of here. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, yeah.
But definitely not even close to a large majority of it because this shit is way too much. But you guys have stuck here with us and deserve to get a piece of the pie, so we're trying to get it ready for you.
Well, thank y'all for tuning into this. This was quite the experience. This was quite the.
It was a test run here. We've never done this before, so.
No, not at all. So, thank you all again very much for tuning in. Thank you all for sticking with us and being here for our talking and our jiving and all that. And hopefully we will see you all in the next one. So, I guess until then, everyone, signing off, I'm Nate.